Welcome everybody, I'm the Clueless Traveler, and in the following videos I'm gonna show you one of the best traveling experiences I ever had, and the best part is, it was all for free. Here I'm gonna explore all the countries of the only 4-country border in the world. And in this episode I'm gonna show you how a low-budget traveler like me ended up in a normally expensive location.
Hey,
Well, it's time to say goodbye.
Yeah.
On to another adventure.
Yeah.
This time solo.
Yep.
Yeah. On to Kenya first. Hey Joey. Hello. Yeah. He's coming to say goodbye. Well, have to get going because it's already 6:45 and well, it's already 7 o'clock and I fly at 8:30. So, well, goodbye, Joey. Goodbye.
I'll see you in about 4 weeks.
Yeah.
See you in about 4 weeks.
Yeah. So we're taking off now to Nairobi. The hardest part, of course, was saying goodbye to my dad and dog. But it's gonna be for 1 month. Only 1 month. But yeah, right now watching a movie. Star Wars. Well, after a very comfortable flight actually, we landed 8 hours later here in Nairobi. Now we have to transfer to go to Joburg and then the last step to Kasane. So let's see if we can find the gate. So yeah, we had a television and everything, the movies, so that was very good. I slept most of the time, so I'm very happy about that because it was 8 hours and I didn't really feel it was 8 hours. There was this one annoying person in front of me that felt that he is entitled to move his chair back to me. And I asked him to change that and he said like, no, I want this. I'm like, sure, you're the only one on this plane, of course. But yeah, there were 2 seats next to me that were empty. So I told him, if you just go to the left with your seats, you can go all the way back you want, because there's nobody there. So at least they were smart enough to do this. But yeah, I could lay nicely on the entire row of seats. I had the whole seats for myself. So that's why I could have a good, some good sleep a little bit. But yeah, now we're at the gate almost. And immediately we have to jump to the next one, which is the one for Johannesburg. Well, there is a first for everything. This is the one for missing my flight for the first time. The previous one was delayed by 30 odd minutes. And therefore I didn't have enough time to get to this gate. Because it also happens to be at the complete end of the terminal. So I had no chance. I asked multiple people if they can still let me go, but nope. I have to go back to the desk and then sort of claim a reimbursement or something, or yeah, something to get my money back and a new flight. So that's gonna be fun. Well, the disaster is complete because I can only continue on Saturday. Today it's Thursday and I was supposed to arrive today. She leaves tomorrow, but accidentally she also has to go through Johannesburg. So we're probably gonna meet up here because we're both here anyway. Now I booked an hotel for the moment and walking towards the hotel is actually quite a far walk, actually, I now see. But yeah, that's that. So I have to figure out the rest for the next 2 days. Also about my work, because I'm still supposed to work tomorrow on Saturday. But yeah, well, those things happen, of course. I hope I can... Well, I finally made it to this hotel, motel kind of place. It was definitely a longer walk than I was hoping for, and yeah, I must say it's a little bit dodgy sometimes. I mean, I heard a lot of you know, stories about South Africa being apparently dangerous, Yeah, so I walked quite a long bit. It's probably not very usual to walk around here, just like the United States or bigger countries, not very usual to walk to places. So I think people were looking at me like, what the hell is he doing? But yeah, this is a decent place. Very good bed. Well, television with Netflix and all kinds of things. Well, we got a fridge in here with all kinds of thingies. The mini fridge is filled with well, with water and snacks, but it's super cheap, so I don't really care actually. The toilet and bathroom are very good. So very well done, very clean. Everything is very spotless. So that is a welcome surprise. So yesterday I've been working the whole day here, normal working day, and now I'm heading off to the airport. It's 7 in the morning. I just ordered an Uber and I'm gonna meet the host actually on the airport here in Johannesburg, which is kind of ironic because she was supposed to leave yesterday and yeah, I couldn't make it on time. But she is also coming through Johannesburg. So we're gonna meet here, ironically. So let's get going. So I made it to the airport. I have to look for Janine, that's her name, and her entourage basically. She's somewhere at Terminal B at the check-in. So let's see if I can find her. Well, I managed to find her. She just left for her flight with the rest of her company, and it was a very short meeting because they have to run. But that's okay, at least they have a face with who is going to stay at their house. That's probably the nicest, of course, and the most respectful thing to do. And now I'm going to my counter and have to check in. But I still have time to do it, so it's okay. But at least we have met, and yeah, we know who we are now. And then when she returns, we have of course more time to talk about things. But yeah, let's go to the other side of the terminal and check in for Botswana Airways. Well, welcome to country 36, Botswana. Just landed and you can walk on the tarmac. So that is pretty hot here also, by the way. Yeah. So let's see if I can find my pickup and then finally head to this house finally. And then this is gonna be my home for the next, I don't know, 2-3 weeks or something. So yeah, that's gonna be exciting.
Let me quickly explain how this almost didn't happen. Considering that I barely got home 3 months ago from a big Australian trip, where I didn't work, and secondly spent a lot of money, I wasn't thinking of going anywhere soon. But then I came across this very unique opportunity, which made me really calculate my finances and also had to figure out how to keep working in that location, because I couldn't go away for such a long time again from work. But I figured that this was such a unique opportunity that it was definitely worth it. And you would see, it was. And I don't regret it at all.
Well, we have arrived finally. This is my room. It's very good, very big. Those have the view of the river apparently. We have an airco and a workspace and a very big closet with, yeah, toiletries in the bathroom, shower with the view of outside. It's very interesting. And well, this is the entire house. So it's a big container building, as you can see. It's a huge container building, and it has 2 levels, as you can see, and it can be quite hot because the sun is on this side. And there's a little library apparently, and another working spot, and yeah, nice. And here we have the living room and patio, go down here. Right, we have a dog. Oh, there he is. Hello, hey. Little doggo, and we have 2 cats and another dog, and they are probably outside. This is the back side of it. Here we have a little pool, and this is basically the savannah, and like a fire pit, a barbecue, television, and lounge area, and dog food, and well, the jeeps and stuff. So that's pretty nice. You can also sit outside and just enjoy the outside in this weather. And then we have, well, this whole kitchen area, very big. Oh, hello, kitty kitty. This is one of the cats. Hey, yeah, hello, hello. So they have to get to know me now, of course. And yeah, very big kitchen area. And I'm really in need of some coffee somewhere. But yeah, very, very nice. It's well, this is also like a washing up area. Oh, with all kinds of waters and stuff and food and bones for the dogs and yeah, whatever you can imagine. So I'm really happy that I finally arrived. In the end it all worked out, and it's just crazy to be now in Botswana. So a quick explanation again of how I actually got here in the first place and how I found this place. So I use this website called Trustedhousesitters. It's not sponsored, by the way, but it's just very useful if you want to travel on a budget. So here we have Trusted House Sitter website.
So let's have a closer look at the website Trusted House Sitters. And I'm not being paid for this, I just want to make your traveling life easier. So let's click on Find a Sit and see what pops up. So here we have the map on the right, and you see all the options in the world at this moment. Obviously it's mostly the Western countries that have availabilities, as Europe, Australia, the Americas for example, but you have the odd one popping up in Africa or Japan or South America. That's totally possible, and it keeps on changing every time. So let's have a quick look at Europe for example and see what's available at the moment. So whenever you go somewhere on the map or you zoom in, zoom out, it recalibrates the options and it clusters them in different pockets of areas. So here we see the availability for this moment. Quite a lot of options, as you can see. You can also specify your search by putting in the exact dates that you are available, so that makes it a bit easier to look for something. In this case, let's have a look randomly at December until January. This actually is a very popular time to find sits or to post sits, because the holiday period makes people go to their family and then they tend to need somebody for their pets back home. So if you want to spend the holidays somewhere else, it's one of the best options to look. You can also look at the amount of days or weeks or even months that you want to go somewhere. And then according to this, you can again look for other various settings. For example, the kind of pets you would like to pet sit, or even if you don't want to pet sit at all, which is a bit weird for this website, but still it's possible. Or the location, so the beach, the mountains, the city can be possible to look at. Well, let's clear everything again, start from zero, and let's zoom in to Africa, where I am at the moment. And here we have a couple of options in South Africa, for example, but sometimes different ones, like in Mozambique, for example, or for me, Botswana. Let's zoom out again and have a look at the Americas. And especially the Caribbean sometimes has surprising, beautiful options, which I also would like to try once. Especially those obscure, most of the time expensive places can be great opportunities to visit those places. Because normally you have to pay an arm and a leg for those kinds of locations, and now you can find something here. It's a random one that I just found, And look at that, it's like I just said, it's around the Christmas period, New Year period, people probably going back home, and you can spend it in the Caribbean. It's almost even for 1 month. Isn't that amazing? All the information is given here, it's very clear. You have reviews, obviously, all the information you need you can find. It's very useful and it's very user friendly, I must say. Well, let's have a quick look at the profile and the things that you have to fill in before you can actually start. So you have to obviously answer some basic questions about yourself. You have to sort of show who you are and that you're not some kind of a robot. Without filling this in, it's gonna be pretty difficult to get any kind of response, obviously. And here we are at the so-called dashboard area, where you see your general profile, you can look at your messages, you see your previous sits, you see the upcoming sits, and most importantly, you can click on the shareable link, which would give the user 25% off for subscription and would give you 2 free months for your subscription. So it's a win-win for both. And in fact, I will leave a link down below in the comments for you to click on and use if you want. So that's basically how I found this place. So what you have to do is you have to subscribe to the website. The minimum subscription fee for that is 100 euros, if I remember correctly. Then you have the basics, you can respond to things, etc, etc. You have 3 tiers, so you have the basic one, you have the middle one, and you have the high one, the premium one. The premium one also gives you 2 options for a lounge in a airport. For example, they give additional support, some kind of insurance, and you get like the icon next to your name, so you have more chance of finding something. I bought that first with a discount offer, so I was like, well, let's try it out. Because in the beginning it's a bit harder to get something, because you don't have reviews, you don't have anything that proves that you're actually a good house sitter. And there's still a lot of people that want to do that. So yeah, a good opportunity, definitely. I definitely would say do this. So let's introduce the animals that we have. So here we have Stella. Hey Stella. Stella. Hey. Hello. Hey, hello. Yeah. She's 2 years old, as I remember. And she's a little bit of a scared dog. So yeah, sometimes she gets spooked pretty easily. And when you're walking, she is constantly alert or doesn't want to walk anymore, or pulls back or something. So yeah, but she's a sweetheart. She's a sweetie. Yeah. Yes. So then we have here we have Roycat. Meow. Meow meow. Meow meow. Roycat. This is Roycat. This is one of the cats. It is the most talkative and the most social one of all of them. Always comes to sit on your lap or something. I'm a little bit allergic to cats, so not too long, but yeah, he's really very friendly and he always needs attention. Hey, Roycat. Meow meow. Yeah. Then we have Grijscat. Grijscat. Yes. Very lazy. Hey, Grijscat. Meow. Hello. Hey. So this is what we call also the killer cat, because on my first night when I was here, he already killed 2 animals and ate them. And I think he already also ate another bird that flew against the window, so it was basically a free meal, kind of delivery meal, but for cats. So yeah, he's a bit of the feisty one and a bit of the odd one. He's a bit odd. He has his weird moments of destroying boxes or something, cardboard boxes. But yeah, sometimes he wants attention, and when you're making food or something, he always comes and look at what you're doing and try to get onto the counter. So yeah, and then the last one and the oldest one, we have Bliksem. Hey Bliksem. Hey, hello. Hey Bliksem. Hello. Burp burp. Yeah. And Bliksem is the oldest. He's around 13, 14 years old, but he still walks, and he does all the things he wants to do as a little doggy. He is a bit deaf, so you have to really yell at him, but sometimes he just doesn't hear you, or maybe he just chooses not to hear you. But yeah, he's always affectionate and always wants some attention and some cuddles, and he basically pokes you with his nose like, hey, I want more. So, yeah, Bliksem? Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, those are my companions for the whole period here. And it's great, it's really, you're never alone. And it's a good company, for sure, good company. And they're not very, active or something. Well, they would, the dogs bark maybe at animals that are at the back, because this is all open, of course, so a lot of animals, they go behind in this bush, they walk around. So yeah, especially at night, they tend to get pretty active and barky at things that they see. I don't always see something, but you hear a lot of noises, so yeah. But apart from that, it's very chill, and yeah, good holiday companions. Well, good morning from my first morning here in Kasane. Yesterday I had an easy night, of course, and I just watched television, and I also worked first. One of the cats already brought in a bird and had eaten it for half in the pantry, so I had to, well, throw it out somewhere in the yard. It's not a nice thing to see, and it smelled terrible. This is now what I found this morning. It is a flying squirrel or something, I don't know for sure. He is completely traumatized because I found him under the table in the living room, and he is still covered a little bit in blood. Because the same cat ate his friend, and he was lying next to half of his friend under the table. That is why he's traumatized. It is a mystery that he survived. I guess the cat was not hungry anymore. But this cat already ate 2 things in one night. Well, I cleaned him a little bit. He is a little bit wet still, but we have an outside sink. And I took the blood of his friend off of him. Hopefully that is a little bit less traumatizing. Now I have to remove that half part of his friend underneath the table. Look at him. He's completely dazed and completely out. Poor guy. Must have been a nightmare. Then I get prepared to walk the dogs for the first time at the farm. They go to a farm nearby, and I'm gonna take their car. So it's gonna be my first drive in Botswana. Oh, this is my car. It's a green Opel. We have dogs loaded in the back. And now we're gonna drive to the farm location, and I have my buddy with me. I'm gonna set him free over there so he doesn't get eaten by the cats, hopefully. So now let's see if I can start this car or not. Also, oh, can I move the seat? Oh yes, I can move the seat. Okay. So let's see how this works. Just have to press 2 things at the same time. Right, it's a diesel, so let's get going. Well, there we are, my first drive on Botswanan roads. Of course, we're driving on the left side because it's an old British colony. We have some kids walking to school or something. Oh no, it's not Sunday, of course not Sunday school. Then we have those little speed bumps everywhere. Quite annoying. Well, baboons on camera. Finally found a couple of them. Let's see what else we can find. Walking your dogs in Africa is definitely not the same as walking your dogs in Europe. Here you don't have dog parks or pavements, and every patch of greenery or bush or scrubs or trees is filled with wildlife. The chances of coming across a warthog, elephants or even lions is quite big. So the owners made a deal with this farm to be able to walk the dogs freely, let them loose, and to not have to worry about big animals. Here you can see them cultivating various crops like maize, grains, or fruits like bananas, mangoes or limes. And they also have very big fish ponds where they breed fish, I guess. Very interesting, and I like the geometry of everything.
Here we have a very big anthill. That's huge. Sorry. And here we have a banana plantation. And this is where we walk the dogs. Very interesting. So here we have Stella. And then there he is. Yeah. Bliksem. And I met up with Storm, who is like the friend of the owner of the house. And she is taking the sort of mouse squirrel. I don't know what it is actually. It's not a sugar glider. It looks like a sugar glider, but it's a different thing. And she's gonna take him home, or maybe to the sanctuary or something. So at least he is saved. He was getting more active and he was getting more alive. So that's a good sign, because he crawled. I put him in my pocket here, but he crawled out of it and then he went underneath the seat. So yeah, that's funny. Over there, in that tree, we have, I think, some kind of an eagle or something. Oh, there he goes. There goes one. There's another one in the tree still. There he flies. Very majestically. Wow. Pretty big. Huh. Found this random cabin in the woods kind of thing. It's all part of this big farm. And you wouldn't say that I'm on a farm right now, because it just looks like you're in the bush. Just listen and look. There are a lot of those paths around this farm, and it's supposed to be safe from wild animals. But it's a very big farm. Definitely a very big one. And as you can see, they don't use all of it for cultivating stuff. Or at least doesn't seem like that. Yeah, it really feels like you are in the bush. So here, just before the farm, they have like a checkpoint here, because this is the end of the village of Kasane. If you go that way, you go to the border and to another village. So they happen to have like checkpoints around here always. And technically, I'm not supposed to drive a car apparently. So yeah, I have to avoid those things. But interesting. I don't know what the purpose is of those things. Maybe like before the border kind of thing. Who knows? But okay, I'm going back again. And now I finally have the chance to capture a warthog on camera. They are in my street. Every time I see them, I'm too late. While they are actually the most prominent ones around here. But every time I cannot catch my camera on time. But there they are. Two of them. They just look like oversized pigs with a lot of tusks. Jeepers. Pretty cool. Well, that's what you see here every day. Also, those are the nice houses around here. Completely new houses. Yeah, an Audi. New house. I mean, It's a good neighborhood. But other places are very different, very different. So really big contrast in this place.
So this is my neighborhood, and it's a relatively new one, as you can see. So they all have a tin roof with a solar panel on it. They have a water tank next to it, and it's all made of brick. And next to that we have a little flat apartment, also with some solar panels, and it's all made of brick and good roofs. And you will understand that this is actually quite a high standard, because later on in the videos you can see the rest of the town and other places. So this is relatively new and high-end housing. From a Western perspective, this can look like the bare minimum. It's a single-story building with no garden, because it's all sand. But you have to remember the perspective, and it also reminds you to be grateful for what you have. And here we can see the building that I'm staying in.
So this is, by the way, my workspace during the week. I work from this very big table over here. And some music playing from the box over there. And yeah, just pretty relaxed here. And weather is still good. And dogs are chilling. So that's what I do every day at the moment. Just working in the afternoon and exploring during the day. And the neighbor dog is always coming to eat stuff. That's the neighbor dog. He's probably gonna try and eat the cat food again. Hey. Nah. So get out of here. Every time. Come. Come. Every time. Scavenge, scavenge. So yeah, in between breaks at work, because I'm working, we can just hop into the pool quickly, of course. So let's have a quick plunge into the pool for some refreshment. Hey Stella, hello. Hey, hello. Hey, hello. Yeah, yeah. Oh, right. Ja, hallo, hallo. Hallo, ja, dankjewel, dankjewel. Ja, dankjewel, dankjewel. Nice. That's the good life, right? That's the good life. Hey Stella. Hello. Hey Stella. Hello. Hello. Oh, gaapie, gaapie. Ja. Piep, piep. Piep, piep. Ja, ik ben nat. Ja. Hey, you cutie. Yeah, cutie. Ja, hello. So yeah, walking here at night with the dogs, you have to really pay a lot of attention around you the whole time. First of all, there's not really any space to walk at night because everything is just roads. So you have to always pay attention to cars, because obviously cars would not see you because there's not a lot of street lights around here. So that's number one. Then number two, here we have, for example, a car. Come. So number two is, of course, wild animals. You have to really pay attention to sounds. You have to really listen very good to what sounds there are around you, because maybe without knowing it, you are going too close to warthogs, because they actually roam a lot around here. Last night it was like a whole family of 6 of them or something, and I could barely leave my street because they were the whole time looking at me. And maybe something else is creeping around, you never know. I heard that could be predators around here, but I've not seen them yet, but still, it's possible.
To give you a better perspective of how close nature is, on the right corner we have the town of Kasane, where I'm staying in. Everything on the left is all nature reserves, where you can find lions, elephants, hippos, warthogs, anything that can be dangerous, and you're living in the middle of it.
So I'm walking the dogs again this morning. And I just stumbled upon a huge elephant. He just crossed the... Oh, there. That's a baby, I think. Wow. Holy shit. That's a baby, I think. There was the one before was huge. If you're not used to that, that's really... Wow. I think there's more. So I can hear them. They are still in the same space. I'm not gonna continue because they're too close to the road. And it's obviously a mother and a baby. So they're gonna protect the child, of course. But you hear a lot of rustling and growling. I don't know if you can call it like that. But this is definitely walking your dog with challenges. There they are. Oh, fucking hell. Holy shit. That's a big one. Well, that's what I mean with having to pay attention when you walk the dogs around here. You have to listen to every sound. And I think I just stumbled into the middle of an elephant group. And when I just passed that little part of the road, there was this huge, I think, bull at the end of it, and I heard also sounds behind me. So I thought it was a good idea to get out of here. Didn't want to be literally in the middle of a group of elephants and maybe be trampled. But for perspective, there's my hotel location, that roof. So that's how close you are around here with nature. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Obviously I don't know how close you should get to an elephant, but I think this was close enough. Yeah, what an experience. Unbelievable. Okay, listen to this. I thought it was a bird, but it's not. That is a dormouse. Looks like one of those things that I saved from the cat. A pygmy dormouse. I would have never have guessed that made that sound. Guess it's the season of meerkats. Look at that. Look at the fence. And look at all the little heads popping out. They're all looking out at the fence. Look at that. What the hell? A whole group of them. That's very random. Like before they were running away and now they're all stuck in the fence. Amazing. Amazing. Yeah, one of them is chipped. I think that they are tracked or something. Look at that. They're all over the place. Look at those fellas. Look at them going. Cheeky buggers. What a cheeky buggers. I got 2 bowls for the dogs. Let's see if they like them. Oh yeah, you like them probably. Stella! Stella! Yeah, one ball? One ball? Pew! Yeah? You wanna play with the ball? Yes, please. Yeah, you're gonna play with the ball. Hmm? No? Not interested with the ball? You wanna play with the ball? Pew! Oh yeah, he likes the ball. Okay, you can take the ball. Yeah, take the ball. Yeah. Good boy. Yeah. Well, at least somebody likes it.
Well, I guess some dogs are just immune to the squeaky toys. Anyway, that's the end of this mostly explainer video for house sitting. Let me know if you have any questions about it and make sure that you check out the link.